Charcoal, kerosene, and sawdust are energy sources that many low-income earners in Nigeria use for their cooking. Many people say they cannot afford cooking gas despite the federal government's push for its adoption. Awele Okoro, snack vendor who uses cooking gas as input for production, complains about its high cost and the effect on her profit.
It has not been easy. For 12.5 kg, that's what I use in the shop here. Initially, I was buying it for 3,500 naira. From there, it increases to 3,800 naira. But presently, because I bought it on Saturday, I bought it for 4,000 naira. Man, it is killing. It is killing. I don't know how we, small-scale business owners, will be able to survive, because this is where I survive on. I feed my family, care for my aged parents, but the gas increment is making me not to see profit in my business.
With the federal government having removed the 5% VAT on these products, many people may go for cooking gas. Industry players say the removal of VAT on the gas supply to marketers by the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas Company may attract more investors into the sector while reducing the importation of gas into the country.
It's not only the VAT aspect of it, but we're talking about other charges, other duties to be paid, customs and some of this one. If some of these things are waived or reduced to the barest minimum, it will actually attract more investors.
You can imagine a situation where people in the very rural areas, now start using cooking gas. I mean, it's a whole lot. It's going to open opportunities for people who want to invest in that field, and it's one area that any discerning investor actually should look towards.
Task partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Kenneth Erikome, says the move by the federal government is a good one.
From an economic perspective, cooking gas is one of the cleanest sources of energy to cook or heat to cook, as against the likes of kerosene, charcoal, and firewood, which, in addition to contaminating the environment, also have adverse impact on the people who inhale the fumes that come out from those sources of the soot that comes out from that. So if that exemption is actually applied, I think it's going to be positive from an economic perspective and also from a health perspective.
Nigeria is the 6th largest producer of liquefied petroleum gas and the 2nd largest on the African continent, but the country has the lowest utilization of the product in Africa. Nigeria is the 4th exporter of gas in the world, with production capacity of 22 metric tons per annum of liquefied natural gas. The country's total consumption of gas is believed to be less than 800,000 metric tons annually.
As we speak today, we're almost close to 800,000 metric tons. So that shows you there's an increase. And our target is actually making sure that the per annum consumption should be getting towards 1 million by next year, and in a few years' time should be hitting about 5 million metric tons.
Right now, 12.5 kg cylinder of gas sells for 4,300 naira and is expected to drop to 3,440 naira, while 6 kg cylinder that currently sells for 2,200 naira may crash to 1,700 naira, thanks to the new policy. Industry players believe that public campaigns on the use of cleaner energy to preserve the environment is key.
As much as possible, we still try to manually convince them. Those that are still frying on the roadside with coal, the ones you meet once in a while, you have to talk to them, you have to convince them. The problem is always the startup, the need for starting up. They will need a burner, they will need a cylinder. The initial, unlike using kerosene or coal, you just go buy your firewood and you start, or you go buy it 100 naira kerosene, you're good to go. You don't get that with gas. You have to have your cooker, you have to have your burner, your cylinders. So
if more Nigerians now start using cooking gas, right, as it were, it means the environment will be the beneficiary for it, and so on, and that's very critical.
LPG has many other uses, including being the energy source for independent power plants, powering water heaters, forklifts, cold rooms, and chillers. Barake Lukuta, TVC News, Lagos.